They just want to see you let go. They don't want to see you feel like you have to be so super serious all the time, because it builds up so much tension in the air, in the environment. Also within your heart. Your heart can get heavy when it's noticeable that you don't smile that much. Good day, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to Milk Honey Rose. I am Mystic Alchemy. So this person, they want to see you laugh and just be more lighthearted. So they'll create an environment for you to feel comfortable to be that way. And it's almost like helping you to recognize what do I want to say? I want to say jovial nature. Recognizing that there is something to be proud about. When you can pull from your own reserve and remind yourself of the good things that happen in life as opposed to just the trauma-filled experiences, it helps you to you pull from a place of joy. And the joy is light, so it overpowers the experiences that were difficult for you. Not to say to forget about them completely. You know that they're there. However, it's to remind you to learn from those experiences and then incorporate the lessons into the future. The future of yourself and the future of those around you. Because the lessons that you learn can be shared. And the lessons that you receive also make way for reason to smile, reason to feel like you can smile, because if this person knows that when you hold on to those things that are considered unfavorable in your life and you don't create understanding around those things, they begin to control you. And they move you on such a deep level that you don't realize that that's why you walk around without joy, without being able to smile. It's those moments in the past that were never evaluated and reconciled within that cause that energy to linger on to the future. Because if it's not addressed ever, it will still be there and it will still fester and it actually worsens, and then it's neglected. It's like the neglect of anything. I don't want to use anything specific because that's a very touchy topic. However, we all know what neglect is and we know what it does physically, mentally, spiritually. It breaks you. It could break a person. So this person is someone who understands that, and they know to see you smile shows that it shows the work that you've done, and it also gives you the willpower to be able to face those situations in your life that do cause anger from the past. It gives you that space to reconcile back to self, to reconcile with yourself, because those difficult times in the past can cause you to detach. However, when one detaches from traumatic experiences without reconciling first and understanding and learning the lesson, it becomes neglect. So many people are walking around very neglected, and they could have been neglected by others because they neglect themselves, or they are neglected by others because they neglect themselves. That's someone who doesn't really know themselves because they haven't been introduced to the purest version of them. The purest version of them is in the darkness. And if they didn't look into their darkness to make sense of it and attach a lesson to it that they formulate on their own, or they can get help from someone else. It doesn't really matter in which way it's reconciled. However, it must be reconciled. So this is what this person knows is of great importance if the relationship is going to be able to last, because individuals that hold that type of weight, that just gets infused into the relationship. That energy gets infused into conversations. Now I'm getting it could even be infused into whatever you do with your hands, because everything is energy. So be careful who cooks for you. Okay? Because Okay, so the energy flows from someone's hands. So when they cook, if they're happy, you might eat the food and make you want to do a little dance. Okay, make you want to do a little shoulder lean. Or you can eat the food and it just don't seem right. Your stomach start hurting. Like, wait. And okay, now I'm getting. Who's to say that person that cooked that food, their energy wasn't right? Their energy wasn't right. They forgot to wash their hands. I don't know who doing that out here, but Spirit is like, be careful who cooks for you. And you definitely don't want your angry. Like, if you're with someone that's angry, you don't even want them to cook for you. Like, it's okay, it's fine. You don't got to do that. No, thank you. You don't want no anger in your plate, okay? Even if it's lettuce, I don't want no angry lettuce, okay? So just back away from the kitchen, please. So I just feel like it's really about the energy. It's about knowing how to maintain energy in its most, what word do I want to use? Refined form. Refined, that's when you just take what you need and leave the rest, because whatever is not useful is wasteful. So remove the waste so that you can actually receive the most benefit. And this is in correlation with the ability to smile genuinely. When one has that, then all of that energy, it actually flows harmoniously between the two of you. And what could have been a really challenging situation turns into a lighthearted situation where there's understanding and there's growth and intention. Okay, so that's this person's mindset. And I'm sure many of you are going to look forward to connecting with someone like this, because it's very beneficial, not just to you, but to both of you. And if the two of you have children together, they're going to be very well-informed children, because these life lessons that they stick like honey, and they stay with that child. And that's a part of the legacy, that those types of lessons. Wisdom is legacy. Intention is legacy. Love, respect, legacy, all that. So that just basically says knowledge is legacy. So when someone leaves a legacy, they're really talking about the knowledge that they left behind is the legacy. Okay, so that's it for this message. I heard this is a legacy building family. Okay, so that's what this message is about. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you're feeling my vibe and this message does resonate with you. And you can book a reading or a healthy conversation by visiting www.milkhoneyRose.org. You can also join the membership here on YouTube. And for those who do decide to join, I do appreciate you in advance. You joining is just to support me, so I'd appreciate it for those who do, and I will see you in the next message.